Hi everybody, it's Pastor Lillejord from Emmanuel. I'm coming to you on the Takeout Tuesday. I'm seated in the sanctuary at Mooring Line Drive in the front row. And I have to say, the view is amazing. I don't know why people don't sit here at a sporting event or opera or a concert. People pay more money and they wait in line to buy tickets to be in the front row, but not at church. But I'm hoping this Sunday at all of our services at the park, bilingual, alive, 9 and 11 here in the sanctuary at Mooring Line Drive, is Bring a Friend Sunday. So I'm hoping that there are so many friends that even these seats will be filled. I promise that when I walk around and I preach, I won't get too close. So I hope these are filled, but what an amazing view. I like to think in themes, and last Takeout Tuesday I talked about two people who did their job differently. One was kind, one was inquisitive, one was gentle, and the other was, well, not. Well, I went home a couple days ago to see my family in Minnesota, and we have 3 children, one who's out of college and one who's at St. Olaf, and then our Matthew, who's the youngest, he's a first year at Gustavus Adolphus College, a college at ELCA in St. Peter, Minnesota, and he's a swimmer. And so I went to see his last swim meet, and it was great to see him. He did great. It was so fun to be back with kin and my loved ones. But we were leaving for the day, and we were going to go through the portal to get outside to the doors. And I noticed, we were about 6 or 7 steps away, and I noticed that coming through the breezeway, there was a gentleman who was hampered in his walking. He was a little bit frail, and he had a cane, and there were 5 college students, all men, who were kind of in that quadrant, and the one young man who stepped aside the others held the door open for this elderly gentleman. And he wasn't the first one, if you will, he wasn't the closest one to the door, but he made his way to go help. And I thought to myself, his mom and dad, unbeknownst to them, must be very proud. It doesn't mean that the others weren't nice and kind, but he really saw the need and he leapt into action to be a servant, to be nice. And so I thought, it'd be great to tell the mom and dad, well done. But then we were walking outside, went down a series of steps, and then as we walked toward our car and they were ahead of us, one of the gentlemen was trying to put on his coat, and they're all college students. The same young man noticed that this friend of his had a hard time getting his arm in one of the sleeves. And so the young man who leapt into service to open the door for this kind older gentleman, he also leapt into service to help his friend put on his coat. And I thought, that's what kind people do. And then I also thought, in the Bible it says, whoever is faithful in small things will be faithful in big things. It's not the other way around in the Bible. It wasn't lost on me that this young man had been taught by a bunch of people that said, if you see someone and they need a little help, give help. Give help to the elderly. And if you see a friend of yours who needs some help, help. Young, old, male, female, like you, unlike you. Just be helpful. I looked at that young man and I thought, you just taught me something. At any and all parts of life, when we look around, when we notice, when our eyes are open and we see people, we can lend a helping hand. Not just to the people we know, but all the people we come across. Just a thought I learned from someone I don't know, but is a kind man. Have a good week. Be well. God bless.